What's going on YouTube? If you visit our channel often, you will probably notice that we film a lot of compact crossovers, and that's because it's one of America's most popular segments. Now, two of the highest rated options in this class are the Hyundai Tucson and the Kia Sportage, and they just happen to be siblings to one another. So, you might be wondering, which of these value-packed and stylish CUVs is the best choice after major upgrades were just made to them? Well, that's what we're about to find out. So to get things established here, let's quickly talk about the pricing and option levels. Both Korean automakers are known for baking in a lot of value, so today we went for the mid-level trims that are under the average new car price in the US. Starting with the Tucson, we have the SEL Convenience trim, which comes to $36,190 with all-wheel drive and destination factored in. Now for the Sportage, we also have the equal trim level in the structure called X-Line. With the small group of features in the premium package and destination, we come in at an almost identical price tag of $36,065. By the way, if you want to get the best price from local dealerships and access to invoice pricing info for these two models or any vehicle, we have a tool on our website to do just that. It's a great tool for getting the best price while shopping, so be sure to check the link in the description for more info. If you're new to our comparisons, we conduct them objectively. We've done our best to weigh the points awarded throughout in major and minor categories, and towards the end, we'll discuss resale and reliability. Let's go ahead and get started. So when it comes to the relationship between Hyundai and Kia, their products tend to only share the high-level things that you can't see, which has certainly always been the case with the Tucson and the Sportage. They continue to both be bold in their own kind of way, and their mid-cycle refreshes revise some elements of the front design and lighting. Speaking of lighting, these models are also bold with that. Tucson's right and left side of the grille are actually dedicated stacked daytime running lights. And for 2026, Kia added much larger amber DRLs to the Sportage. As far as the headlights themselves, both are using LEDs, but only the Kia has projector LEDs for the low beams. Continuing our way around to the sides, they have slightly different lengths even though they are on the same platform. Stay tuned for the full space breakdown later in the comparison. But in the meantime, you might have noticed that the Sportage has larger wheels, at 19 inches instead of 18s. And out back, the wild design themes continue, especially in the case of the Hyundai, which has fang-shaped LED taillights. Both of them have clean rear aesthetics, thanks to wipers that are hidden under their spoilers, and smooth rear fascias that hide the exhaust tips. We won't award points for styling preferences, but let us know in the comments below which one you prefer. It is point-worthy, however, that the Kia has included LED reverse lighting and turn signals as well. But checking out some of the individual odd and end features, both of their mirrors have heating and blind spot monitoring. And all of their other active safety features are also included. The safety suite goes one step further in the Hyundai by including the excellent highway drive assist system. Finally, they both have their famously long warranties, which extend powertrain coverage to 10 years and 100,000 miles. And neither includes complimentary maintenance, with Hyundai's upcoming discontinuation of their 3-year-long program. Alrighty, that's it for the outside, so let's see which cabin gives you the best overall experience. But first,
if you're new here, we're brothers and we've been reviewing cars since we were 12
and 16. We started young, and since then we've reviewed over 2,000 cars at every price point.
No matter what you're looking for, from sound level readings to cargo measurements, we'd love for you to subscribe to be a part of our Car Confections family.
Let's learn a lot and have some fun with all the latest cars. So walking up to the doors, both will come with smart entry systems and remote start from the fob. However, only the Tucson has sensors behind the door handles. Now opening up the doors, you'll find two interiors that are just as different from each other as the exteriors. Before we get into the specifics, let's talk about the seats themselves. Both have 10 ways of power adjustment with heating, and are covered in pretty soft and nice looking faux leathers. Once we climb fully inside the cabins, we can check out the broad category of material quality. Both have similar materials for the most part, but the Sportage does get the edge due to more soft surfaces and the 2026 changes it made, which reduced the use of piano black trim for a more durable faux wood on those easily damaged areas. After startup, you might initially think that they have the same gauge cluster, but they actually don't. Upon closer examination, the Hyundai uses the more premium version, which allows for the full customization of the 12.3 inches, while the Kia can only modify the center 4.2 inches. Coming back to the steering wheels, besides the odd shape and off-centered logo on the Sportage, the features are the same, both having leatherette wrapping and manual adjustment. Heating is offered on higher trims. But moving on to one of our other most important elements, let's discuss storage. First of all, in our center consoles, we tested their volume with the signature donut test, and the Tucson can handle 3 more than the Sportage. Outside of that, both have front bins with wireless phone chargers. The Kia has a really cool reconfigurable storage or cup holder setup, and the Tucson fights back with a dedicated storage shelf. At the end of the day, both are pretty excellent for this segment of SUV. On the console, these non-hybrid variants house traditional T shifters. When in reverse, both have regular backup cameras with guidelines, but no parking sensors. Now moving up the dashboards, these two went with very different directions for the dual-zone automatic climate controls. Hyundai actually brought back physical knobs for temperature adjustment in the refresh, although other controls are in a small screen. The Sportage continues with the multi-function controls that are both climate and audio controls. This requires an extra step compared to the separate controls that Hyundai is utilizing. As far as the audio systems, we have 6-speaker sound systems on deck for both crossovers. Let's take a quick sample. Now for the infotainment systems, both have 12.3-inch screens that have the new CCNC software, which is shared between both brands. This gives big performance upgrades, and wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. For some reason, only the Tucson has built-in navigation, though. Moving up from there, only the Tucson has an auto-dimming mirror, but only the Sportage has a panoramic sunroof at this price point compared to the traditional size one that you get in the Hyundai. Now as we head into the back areas, you'll see impressive amounts of space. These are two of the largest offerings in the compact SUV segment, both with 41.3 inches of rear legroom and over 39 inches of headroom. In addition to large accommodations, we have some decent amenities on board as well. Both have vents and 2 USB ports, with seats that recline. One noteworthy difference is that only the Kia has a padded armrest on the door trim, and the headrest double as coat hooks. Moving out back, both have power tailgates with hands-free smart opening. And once inside, just like the back seats, you'll see some of the largest cargo capacities in the class. While there are obviously some small differences in measurements between them, they are essentially equal to each other. Both models have spare tires on the non-hybrid variants, plus handles to fold down the seats from the cargo area. But this comparison is not over yet, so now let's take them out on the road and see how they stack up there. As was mentioned from the top of this comparison, these two are siblings, but ones that really only share what is not seen with the naked eye. That begins with what's under the hoods. In this case, 2.5-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engines, making 187 horsepower. They both also have hybrid and plug-in hybrid variants as well, if you prefer. Overall acceleration of these two are obviously the same, and mid-pack against the rivals. Alright, there's 60. Got the red light coming up here, but we did make it up to 60 with our standard gas powertrain. So like I mentioned at the spec dump, this is available in both the traditional gas powertrain or the ICE, or you can get a hybrid if you prefer that as well. As far as this system is concerned, it's a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine, 187 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque. Alright, that takes us to 60 miles per hour with the 2026 Sportage. The other element of the powertrain is the 8-speed automatic transmission, which provides a conventional feel versus the CVTs that are common in this class. Both also have all-wheel drive. Now, as far as the transmission is concerned, you have an 8-speed automatic transmission with this engine, or a 6-speed automatic transmission with the hybrid model. Both of them are nice and smooth. Now, as far as other driving characteristics, both have nice ride quality. As we pointed out, the Tucson has 1-inch smaller wheels, and it feels like its suspension is tuned to be marginally softer sprung than the Sportage. Neither of them are outright sporty, but they can hold their own when tossed around some corners.
And just cruising down the highway here, I think it's a good time to talk about overall ride quality for the Kia Sportage. Now, this is an area that really we don't expect any changes for the refresh, and Kia certainly didn't need to change much. This was a very comfortable riding vehicle pre-refresh, and it continues to be in 2026 as well. I find these front seats to be quite comfortable, even as you hit decent road intrusions and just kind of some different textures. It doesn't let too much of that into the cabin, even despite us having the larger 19-inch alloy wheels. And I also want to take a second here to talk about ride quality as well. That was one of the very first things that I noticed when we got behind the wheel of this SEL Conveniences. First of all, these seats are really incredibly soft and supportive. The headrest is just in the right spot, and the ride quality is really good. You'll see that as we go over that bump right there. It does a great job of just soaking up the bumps. It's a super comfortable riding vehicle.
Of course, one of the signature things we like to do on this channel is compare the sound levels of all the vehicles we test out. In our testing, we saw the Sportage outdo the Tucson by more than the 1 decibel difference that most human ears can discern.
Very nicely done. 56.6 decibels is what we are sitting at as our sound level reading. 55.2 decibels is what we have settled in at.
Lastly, for fuel economy, these all-wheel drive versions have the same MPG rating. Hybrid models improve these figures significantly. In our reviews and comparisons, we're also adding in reliability and resale value information to give you a better picture of the overall value beyond just the original MSRP. Beginning with reliability, we developed the Combined Reliability Index, which takes into account several studies from trustworthy sources and combines them in a way that gives you a more realistic picture. For the past few years, Kia has consistently outperformed its corporate sibling here, ranking 7 slots above the overall industry average, awarding it plus 0.7 points. Meanwhile, Hyundai is 2 slots below the industry average, reducing its score by 0.2 points. We also put Mason's economics degree to work to develop a detailed predicted resale value tool. After 5 years and 60,000 miles, the opposite is true here, with Hyundai outperforming Kia. Its expected resale value is 55.4% of MSRP after 5 years, while Kia comes in at 49%. That's plus 0.6 points for the Tucson. Resale is obviously important because it determines how much money you get back, but we can't forget about the price difference at the original purchase. In this case, there is barely even $100 between them, so that's pretty much as close as it gets and can't be scored. I want to emphasize that if money, reliability, or resale value matters less to you personally, feel free to disregard these points. And if you'd like to check out all our data about reliability and resale values, as well as learn about our methodology, make sure to head to carconfections.com/resale and /reliability. Buying a car is a big decision, and this is a great place to compare all the makes that you might be cross-shopping.
Well, there you have it. These two siblings fought it out very hard, and you really can't go wrong picking between one of these two options. But let's discuss who should be your personal winner. Now, the Sportage should be your personal winner if you prefer having a little bit higher of a reliability rating when it comes to Kia as a brand. You also do get a panoramic moonroof at this price point, and you can also get some more stylish wheel options at a larger size.
Now, the Tucson on the flip side should be your choice if you want a better expected resale value. It also has easier to use climate controls. The dual functionality thing is a little fiddly in our everyday use of it, so we certainly prefer the more traditional setup of the Tucson. It's also going to include a full digital gauge cluster at this price point. But we want to know which one of these two you're picking, so be sure to let us know down below at this $36,000 price point. Now, if you're looking to buy either one of these vehicles or any new vehicle, we'd also encourage you to go to carconfections.com/newcarquotes. The reason you do that is because we have a tool on our website that will connect you with local car dealers in your area to get you the best price. It's also going to give you access to invoice pricing information, which is a great tool for dealership negotiation. We even have a monthly payment tool, so if you'd like to look at all of that, you can find that in our video description and a link to it in the pinned comment at the top of this video. And guys, that's going to wrap up this comparison. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, we'd also appreciate if you hit that subscribe button down below. By subscribing, you're going to be a part of our Car Confections family, and we certainly don't want you to miss out on all the latest and greatest car reviews that we're doing. If you're already a part of our family, thank you so much for your continued support, and we'll catch you next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.